Hello everyone, my name is Mike DeLuca and I'm from apartment 28D in Tower 3 and I'm running for the at-large position Board of Director. I want to thank everyone for choosing me to represent you in last year's election, and I want to thank the board for appointing me as an officer and secretary of the association. I just want to tell you that it was only a one-year position that I ran for last year, so I'm back again asking you for your support and for your help in this year's election. I want to go over some of the promises I made you last year, and I think you'll see that I did live up to what I said I was going to do in most of the promises I made as best as I could. I did promise to replace our legal counsel, and that's a done deal. We just appointed a new legal counsel at the last meeting. I wasn't not too happy about who they chose to, the board chose to replace Mr. Bucklew, because doesn't have much condominium experience, hardly any, none as a matter of fact. But he's a good attorney, and I trust him, and I'm sure he'll do very well. Another thing I promised was the S level, so we could have access to River Road, having to go down that steep hill. That was approved by the board last summer. I promised that I would protect you if someone tried to force sub-metering on you without a vote. And as soon as I got on the board, I asked for a legal opinion, a written legal opinion, because the verbal opinion that I was told was given by our legal counsel stated that there was nothing in our bylaws to prevent the board from sub-metering without a vote, and I disagreed with that. I asked for a legal written opinion. The board approved it, and if you read the written opinion that's available to you, I think I was right when I disagreed, and I think the opinion clearly states that a vote is required, and it should be. Another thing I promised was to make our place pet-friendly, maybe get a dog run. I did help form a pet club as soon as I got on the board, and the pet club is working on looking for a location for a dog run. Another thing I promised was to be your watchdog. A couple of times I caught some things. One of the contractors brought in 3 companies to bid on a big project. I did some research, reached out to the industry, and I found that one of the companies he chose was owned by his son. One of the other companies, I suspected that he was possibly a silent partner or had silent interest in this company. So I was watching out for you. Another company we chose to bid on placement of our washing machines and dryers. I did some research on them. I found out that they just recently replaced a company in New York City in a co-op, and I found the residents had a blog, and I found it on the internet, and I went over to New York. I talked to some of the residents, and if you look at their web blog, a lot of the residents weren't happy with the service and the machines that they brought in, and there was a lot of broken machines and no service, and it took long to repair. And so I have been doing what I promised. I have been watchdogging. I also promised to be there for you. I've been having meetings every Sunday, first Sunday of every month in the Spa Lounge, and residents come down there between 7:30 and 9 p.m. every Sunday, first Sunday of the month, and they give me all the issues and concerns. I write everything down. I take it very seriously, and whenever I can, I try to help them. I bring it back to the board or the manager and Mr. Van Bergen, and I've always been available when anyone needs me. When there was a blackout, I was out all night. The flood in Tower 3, me and a couple other directors were mopping the floors all night. And I was there during the heat wave, bringing water to all the employees. And I think I have a very good relationship with our management company and the employees, and I try to help out whenever I can. As a secretary, we didn't have a minute taker for about 6 months, and I think I'm one of the first secretaries that actually ever did the minutes himself, and I don't type, and it took me a whole weekend to do just one meeting. I did it for 6 months, and I'm not complaining. I just want you to know that I spend a lot of my time, and as all the other directors do. And it's true what people say, it's a thankless job, but I love it, and I hope you'll elect me again, and I'll continue to be there for you. Restoring the services. I said I would restore services even if I had to walk the doors myself. I actually did carry somebody's groceries up one day and even put them away. But I have tried a number of times in the meetings, if you watch the meetings, to try and bring back the hall men so that you could have somebody to take up your packages when you get home from shopping. I get rejected every time because you say it's a contract issue, but I think it's a service issue, and I think with the amount of maintenance we're paying in this luxury building, we should have somebody available to us to help us with our packages when we get home. Another thing I promised that I wouldn't change. I would stay just the way I was when I ran for the board, and I would keep to what I said I was going to do. Some directors, before they got on the board, they promised to be open and transparent. And if you watch the meetings, you'll see that some of them go out of their way to suppress information. I've had the camera shut off on me because they didn't like what I was saying. Parliamentarian actually censors some of the words that you can say. But I haven't changed. I haven't let the directorship go to my head as some people have done. Never let the power or the ego get carried away with me. I treat everyone with respect, and I haven't changed, and I will not change. I'll always be the same way. I always have been. Some of the things I'd like to do, if I'm elected, I want to continue to try and get the elevators fixed. Some reason that always gets pushed aside, but that's one of our main concerns, and it has to be done immediately. People are saying that the service contract that we have is improved, but I disagree, and I'm going to continue to try to get them replaced with another company. Another thing I'd like to do is try and get your maintenance lowered. I think the financial committee, we have a great financial committee, a lot of experienced people, and I want to try and see if look into like maybe stretching out the loan over a 30-40 year period, renegotiate the loan so that we can reduce our maintenance. Otherwise we're going to be in big trouble, just the way we were in 2007 when the interest only part of the loan reaches its third year. Then we're going to have to start paying almost 3 times what we're paying now, and we're barely making it now. So if we stretched out the loan longer, we'd be able to reduce our payments, and it wouldn't be such a burden on a lot of our residents. Another thing I'd like to do is to stop the micromanaging that goes on with some of the board members. I respect Cooper Square, and I try to let them do their job. I try not to get in their way. I did complain in the beginning of my term because I thought they were taking directions from 1 or 2 board members instead of the whole board. And sure enough, in their recent proposal, they did say that was one of their issues. They want their directors, all of the directors, to be in all of the decisions, not just 1 or 2. So what I'm just trying to tell you is that I think I lived up to all my promises. I've always been there fighting for your rights, and I'll continue to do so. I know somebody's told me that, people have told me that what I do is a lonely place because I ask the hard questions, and sometimes it's not very popular. And but I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to protect you and to see that nobody gets carried away with and abuse their power and take advantage of their position to dig into your personal records and abuse you and use them for political reasons. And I'll fight for that, and I'll continue to fight for you if you elect me again. Please vote for me on March 11th. My name is Mike DeLuca, candidate for the at-large position. Thank you and good night, and I approve this message.